What do you think of the male loneliness epidemic?
Why you say epidemic?
We're going to talk about it.
It's a real thing. I got 6 brothers. You understand me? So I can see how, and they all of different ages. So I can see how, right, this new technological cultural age that we're going through has affected them. I can look at my friend groups, I can look at peers, and then I travel around the world speaking to men, and they confide in me of what's going on. Sometimes what they tell me is what they don't tell me at the same time. And I can tell you that the average man, let's say this, just the average man who wants to live and be respected and loved in society, nobody speaks upon the average man as if he's special at all.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? He has to have all of these accreditations, right? He has to make all this money. He has to be a certain height. He has to be a certain type. He has to have all of these things just to be considered in conversation, right? And so it makes him feel invisible, right? And then when he goes to places, he's not treated, just with common decency a lot of times, right? A lot of times he gets blamed for the whole patriarch when he's just trying to get him a donut or something coming into the store. It's like, damn. So I think that amongst that on social media has him comparing himself to unreal expectations.
Right.
Right? Mentally, financially, and physically. Right? So I think that men are disconnected from themselves. Right? Because Hollywood and social media has curated all these ideas of what it means to be a man. Right? So a man doesn't even know if he is anymore. Because was it being a man when Hollywood gave me a version of the gangster or the pimp, right? Or, James Bond, right? To certain people. It was all these ideas. If I'm not a drinker or a smoker, or if I'm not a tough guy, it was never like position manhood. It's like you can be an average intellectual man and you're masculine, and that's enough of being yourself. So I think the loneliness epidemic is real, and that's the most vulnerable population.
So I think there's a lot of layers to it. I think when it's the reason I do the epidemic thing is
because you mean to men.
I am mean to men.
I seen that clip. Don't
I
be
am
mean to men.
I'm really proud of being mean to men, actually. Though.
That's crazy.
I'm not mean to you.
I know, but that's an outlier. You understand me? I don't exist. I'm not a statistic. I'm an anomaly.
Yes, of course.
That's why I say that I champion the average man, because those are the ones who need it. You feel me? I've always had certain privileges in life, right? Just because of the way that I see myself, the way that I think, my ability to communicate, my level of attractiveness, whatever it may be, I feel like I've always had privileges. So I speak outside of myself.
From a woman's perspective, I don't like to speak on what men experience because I'm not a man. I only have my experience with men.
Mm-hmm.
And I have brothers and I have nephews and I have many men in my life and I adore them. I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. This generation of women is one of the most unique generations in history, at least in modern times, because this is truly the first generation of women that have any kind of autonomy over their bodies, over their ability to make money, over their ability to be entrepreneurs. You don't have to have a man to get a credit card. You don't have to get a man's approval to start a business like this. When you are financially independent from men, it creates a different dynamic on the lowest end and the highest end, because there was a time where you had to have a man to have a roof over your head. To exist as a citizen, you had to be with a man, and not just like claimed. You had to be married and then like immediately make children, whether you wanted to be a mother or not, whether you were fit to be a mother or not. Like there are just a lot of things that define women that are not in existence right now in totality. And the connection to men has become a different demand. Now, this is my experience. And the women who are close to me. I'm not speaking for all women. I'm just giving my opinion on what my experiences are and the women who are around me are experiencing, because I talk about it all the time. I literally had a conversation on the way here today with my girlfriend about this. And what I think the disconnect for me and those men is twofold. One, I don't need a man to do anything for me but love me. I can love myself, but I can't love myself in the way that a partner will love you, right? Like love. I don't need you to feed me. I don't need you to put a roof over my head. I need you to protect me, but in the sense that you like protect a partner, not like safety in the world. And I think that's a dynamic that is really difficult for a lot of men because men were not raised to be interesting. Like you just had to show up and have money and that was like enough, or show up and be tall or like be from the right family. And that's just not the case anymore. The other part of it is I think the propaganda that those men that you're talking about are being fed is that women like me are the reason that they are not happy, which is not true.